Welcome, everyone, to Trend Micro Talks. I am your host, Erin Tomie, and today we're talking to Trend Micro's European Retention Sales Manager, Sandra Murphy. Sandra, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Erin. How are you doing? And thank you for having me.
Of course, I'm really happy to see you and chat with you. It's been a couple months since we last saw each other in person, so I'm looking forward to it today. And why don't we start with you sharing a bit about your role here at Trend Micro?
Absolutely. So I am Cork based in Ireland. I am part of a customer success organization in Cork across Europe. I guess if I was to define that in four words, it's the landing, adopt, expand, and retain, right? I come in on the retain piece with my team. I have a team of 19 people based in Cork and also dotted across Europe. A great bunch of people, absolutely love working with them, and they are RSMs, which are the retention sales managers. The team also is very customer driven. And I think that's the difference between a kind of a renewal and a retention team. We really drive into the customer. I guess in a nutshell, that's it. I could probably talk for hours, but I'll keep it simple.
Sandra, you've been at Trim Micro since 2010, which as of recording today is about over 13 years. What has kept you at Trim Micro for so long?
Oh, you're making me feel very old, Aaron. Thanks for that. I think, for me personally, what I love about Trend Micro is I love the humble culture within Trend Micro. And I've been really lucky with my travels and the people I've met from the States to Canada, all over the world in all the different regions. And it's such a beautiful company to work for. Now, don't get me wrong, I work really hard and I love what I do. I don't think I'd do it if I didn't love it. And part of the drive behind that for me are the people, right? And for me, I started in Trend Micro 13 years ago plus, and with a job. I have now developed into a career, right? And what really pops out at me when I look at Trend Micro is the opportunities that are put in front of you and the support from your people and your team and your managers that help you to get those opportunities and just expand. I think I'm on my fifth role within Trend and I've loved every single one of them. And each one has been a stepping stone to today, which, this role that I'm doing now is a big European role. And never in a million years would I have thought I could see myself in this role. But Trend Micro really just inspired me, supported me. It gave me the tools that I needed and the people support. I can't, I can't stress that enough. So that is probably one of the big reasons I'm still working with Trend Micro, and more importantly, I still love working with Trend Micro.
I love what you said at one point about you started with a job and now you have a career. And I love the way you phrase that. And it's amazing to see that how much Trend has empowered you to take on each of those different roles, probably gain the confidence to take each one on because taking on a new role is always a bit nerve wracking. And it has given you the space to grow into each of those roles and make you want to jump into that next challenge.
It has, Aaron, you're bang on. And I mean, we're a big company, but what I also find is they see you. They see you as the person you are and your personality and your type, and they extract the goodness and they enhance that for you to give you that strength and ability to just do what you want to do, you know? So yeah, it's I love this company. I will stay here for as long as I can, and I will always do my 100% best to make sure that I do my job really well because that's what I want to do. Sound like an awful geek.
So, switching to a bit of a lighter note, at Trend Micro, Sandra, you are known as one of the karaoke queens, as many people might not know, but at a lot of internal and sometimes external Trend Micro events, there is always karaoke at some point. And I've personally seen you belt out Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine, multiple times and absolutely crush it. And I also had the pleasure of singing with you on stage at this past year's sales kickoff in front of about 2,000 people. And it takes guts and confidence to sing in front of a crowd that big, more so when it's your coworkers who might give you a hard time about it the next week on the meeting. Have you always had that level of confidence to jump on stage and do that kind of thing? And how does that side of yourself show up on a daily basis as a trender?
Okay, there's a question for you, Erin. Thank you for that. So yes, you and I have sang together and we were fabulous, I think. I haven't even listened to it yet. I think Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine is one of my favorite songs. And you mentioned the confidence kid to get up there. And I don't know if it's a confidence thing, because no matter whether I'm with my friends and having a sing song or I'm in front of 2000 trenders who are practically family, right? It's still very nerve wracking and it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to go up and do it. I mightn't look like I'm petrified, but I am absolutely petrified, right? But again, I think singing and vocally belting out a tune, whether you can sing or not, it doesn't really matter, right? I just think music for me is almost like a playbook of life, right? Whether it's personal or whether it's work. Because you can sing a ballad if you're feeling kind of melancholy, or you can just get right into the Guns N' Roses and belt it out, and it allows an element of frustration to just be released from inside, right? And I think when you're working in such a fast-paced environment like we work in, and we have constantly got changes going on in our environment, for me, the singing, it just, it's almost like you dare to fail. You get up on that stage and you dare to fail. It doesn't matter because people will come up and say, "Do you know what? Well done anyway." So when I go into my business and I go into my team and I try to lead them and I try to inspire them, again, it's just dare to fail. And I would never let them do anything that I wouldn't do myself. And I always envision my success as the success of the team. So the confidence thing is probably not at the top, but the dare to fail and being allowed to do that, it's second to none. There's no money can pay for that feeling and that environment that you have around you. I believe anyway. It's my personal opinion.
I think there's definitely a big aspect of environment and knowing that all of those trenders, as silly or, you know, whatever you may feel getting up there on stage, you know that as soon as you get off, you're going to get a round of hugs, claps on the back, people cheering for you, singing along with you, and just everyone is, I think everyone else is wishing, oh, I wish I had the guts to get up there and do that. So good for her that she's doing it, and, you know, no embarrassment or shame or regret to not do it.
Yeah, I think life's too short to have regret, right? And I think in an environment like Trend Micro, there's a massive trust element there as well. And I don't think you put yourself in any position, whether it's up on stage singing or doing a presentation, if you didn't have that trust environment as well as the people, you know. So yeah, it's looking forward to next SKO.
The next time we talk might be a rehearsal. We never know at this point. Sandra, I'm so glad that you can join me here on Trend Micro Talks. I love chatting with you. I know it's always a good laugh, and just hearing some of what you had to say about working at Trend since 2010, and you know the environment that's given you, I think, the confidence to get up on stage and that courage. So thank you again for joining me here on the show, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
My pleasure, and thank you for having me. Looking forward to seeing you in person soon.